Abuju Wapshke Sinikwe Indigenous Segna Indonjaba Bawating da De Injabamkak Makina Minising Yandodem Ojibwe Anishinaabe Kwendao. Good afternoon. My name is Colleen Medicine and I work for the Sioux Tribe Language and Cultural Department. And today our language team is pleased to bring you our 7th virtual Anishinaabemowin lesson. And today's lesson is going to be on greetings and we. Today we're going to hear from our 4 language instructors, Susan Askwith, Paul Blondeau, Shirley Recollet, and Cecil E. Pavlat Sr. And so with that, I'm going to turn it over to our instructors and allow them to introduce themselves. Thank you.
Ani Kinawea. Susan Askwith, Indigenous Cause, Minwa Bidavinakwe in the Go. Bauting in Dunjaba, Minwa Mayingan in Dodem. And in this lesson, you'll hear what the heck that meant. All right. Gintam Paul.
Ani Bonjour. Paul Blondeau, Indigenous Cause, Maingan, Anishinaabemowin, Bateng, Donjaba, Scandia, and then Da, Ngizin Dodam. I'm Paul Blondeau. Hello, everybody. Ani Kinawaya. I'm from Sioux. I live in Scandia, and my native name is Maingan. My Dodam is Mgize, the eagle. Kingdom Shirley.
Ani Kinawoya, Shirley Recollet Indigenous Cause, Kibis Gwen, Anishinaabemowin, Wikwamakong, and Donjaba. I'm from Wikwamakong, Ontario. Bakting Dada, I live in Sault Ste. Marie. Wawashkish Dodem, I'm a Deer Clan, and I'm happy to be here again. Gitchinendam, Naha, Hitam Cecil.
Anin, Bonjour. Cecil Pavlat, Indigenous Cause, Gigdangwasa Nin, Ojibwe Minoa Jagana Shiendao, Jijukan Dem, Bauting and Donjaba, Bauting and Dada. My name's Cecil Pavlat. I am from Sault Ste. Marie. I still live in Sault Ste. Marie, and I am Crane Clan. Misue, Miigwech.
No. Kinawea, Miigwech Kinawea. Everyone, Kinamage Nenekwe. Well, our lesson today is going to start with greetings. And I think it might be important to learners to remember that there are really a couple avenues that you can take, and maybe you should take both of them in learning the language. And one of them is to learn as we have been helping you learn and will continue to do today. This is what some action I did in the past that I'll do in the future, that I'm doing right now, and all the extra things that we've been teaching in the first 6 lessons. And another way to do it, another avenue to approach, is to learn a few things that you may not know everything about, but are very helpful. And greetings is one of those. And you saw that Paul and Shirley and Cecil and I all greeted you today. And probably we started with Ani, or maybe Ani Bojo. And you can take a look at the slide. And Ani is sort of a shortened form of a greeting. It doesn't really say hello particularly, but it's how we would interpret it in English. It's a greeting. And it's pretty informal too. It says hi. A more formal version of that would be bonjour. It is a form of respectful greeting, and it was our word before the French people came and brought their word bonjour. In French, bonjour means good day, and it is not our word. But I did hear a story. I think you might like to hear it. And one of our tricksters that we have in our culture his name is Nana Bojo. And Nana Bojo had the quality or has the quality of becoming someone else. It looks like someone else to them. They can come up to you and they might be a docker, they might be a person, it might be an old person, it might be a young person or whatever. And so the story that I heard said, if you come up to someone and you think it's the man next door or whatever, but you don't know for sure, so you say, is that you, Nana Bojo? And then we get that Bojo in there. Nana Bojo, is that you, Bojo? Is it the man next door? So anyway, it's our word, Bonjour. It means hello, and not French. And the next thing I greeted you with, Ani Susan Indigenous. We learned last week about Indigenous. Indigenous, it is what I am called. So I'm saying, hi, I'm called Susan. If you were going to be on the phone, you might say, Ninsa, Susan. It's me, Susan. Well, of course, I know you'll put your own name in there. Next, I have Bidabanakwe Indigo. That means Bidabanakwe is my spirit name. That word happens to mean first light of day woman. Does not suit me particularly because first light of day is usually gone by before I get up. Next, it would be, what if you don't have a spirit name? You could say that because maybe some of you don't have your spirit name yet. Gawimshe Nishnabe Nozwin Ndayasin. That word Nozwin is actually the word for name. And I think Paul used that in his greeting to you today. Nozwin is the word for name, but most of the time I and a number of people would say Susan Indigenous. Susan is what I am called. My name is actually, you would say, Nozwin. Gawimshe, not yet. Nishnabe Nozwin the Yasin. I have it, it belongs to me. So that word, that phrase, you could learn it and say it. I don't have an Anishinaabe name yet. And let's see, I think I should put my glasses on here because I can't do this little bitty stuff on my phone. Oh yeah, so that ends this particular slide, but I would say that if you don't have your name yet, you can ask to have your name identified to you by a number of people. You might want to look that up if you don't have one yet. It can be a nice part of your life. Now let's look at the next slide. Oh, it's already up. Okay, so and then each of us identified, each of the teachers this morning identified what their clan is. Mayingan Indodem, that's what I said. And if you look down the list, 1, 2, 3, 4 of them, it says, I hope that wasn't me. I think it's the fourth one down. It says Mayingan Indodem. My clan is wolf. So I think Paul said his clan is eagle. And so you can see that's Megize Ndodem, the second one down. And then Shirley said Wawashkesh Ndodem. That means deer is my clan, Wawashkesh. And Cecil, what did you say? Are you Makwa or Ka? Mixe? Are you
Jijak.
Jijak. Oh, so then you are Crane clan. So I didn't put that one up there, but that is a good one to have. Gigon clan for fish, and Loon clan, Hmong. And you might say, well, which one is the best one to be in? Would you rather be a Makwa Dodem? My clan is bear. But really, they all have their gifts, and that's what we do. So when people greet each other, if you come to the language conference, which we don't get to have time this year at least, or any powwows, which unfortunately, gosh, we just don't get to have them, but it's better for all of us. When you identify yourself, the good way to do it is to say this: what's my name? What's my clan? And then Cecil brought up some other ideas. Okay, we have one more slide. Let's take a look at it. Okay, this one. Cecil mentioned that he is not just Anishinaabe, but he is also Joganash. and that Jaganash is a word for English, and that would be true for most of us in our tribe, because there are not too many of us that are just sort of purely one kind of person. But I mean, like, how many other groups of people really can identify themselves by blood quantum? We mostly do horses and dogs on that. So I don't know why people bring this up, but let's just take a look at it. Ojibwe minwa jaganash kwe ndao. I am Ojibwe, an English woman. Kwe, that means woman. Ndao means I am it. I have it. So Ojibwe and Jaganash, that's English. You could learn that. Next one, I just dreamt these up, although it is true that I am in both English and Ojibwe. The next one down says, Nishnaabe minwa chimokaman nene ndao. Anishinaabe, of course, that's a Anishinaabe person, Indian person. And Chimokaman is somebody from England. Or I'm sorry, not England, that's Jaganash. Chimokaman is somebody from Europe, somebody that came over here and tried to colonize and did colonize over here. Nene means man. So Nishnaabe minwa Chimokaman nene ndao. And then the last one on the list is Ninsa Anishinaabe. It's me, a Anishinaabe person. And that's because not everybody identifies by gender as male or female. We want to be extremely inclusive in what we say. It's me, Anishinaabe, just plain. I'm just Anishinaabe and that's it. And actually, Anishinaabe has the meaning person, not big Indian, but just person. Ninsa, Anishinaabe. So I'm going to be closing out my part of the lesson now, but I would like to remind people that when you're looking at words, if you're just going to study the grammar of the language, which is what we've been teaching, that moves you ahead so far. You're so powerful when you can learn in that way. It just gives you, you know, a lot of things. But when you're learning like this, gosh, there's so much here. You say, I can't even get all this stuff. So what you want to do is pick out your favorites. Just pick out the important parts to you and get those ones. Even if it's just one sentence here or there, that's the way to do it, kind of like a smorgasbord. All right. Be happy today. Bamapi. Gintampo.
Oh, let's talk about where we're from. Abish Enjabayan. Abish, where? Enjaba, you come from. Yin, you. Abish Enjabayan, where do you come from? Ba Tang Ndon Jaba. The Sioux I am from. I'm from the Sault Ste. Marie, Ba Tang. Ba Tang Ndon Jaba. Ba Tang Ndon Jaba. Okay, if we add a person with me, I would say Ba Tang Ndon Jaba Meh. Meh on there is more than one person. It's excluding, because it's saying nin, do. So Ba Tang Ndon Jaba Meh. We are from the Sioux. Ba Tang Ndon Jaba Meh. We have next slide. And this is where we currently live. Da. It's your home, where you're currently living now. Da. Abish Enjadayin. Where do you live? Abish Enjadayin. Batang Nda. I live in the Sioux. Batang Nda. Batang Gayabe. de da. I still live in the Sioux. Batang. Batang geabe de da. Geabe means still. Batang geabe de da. I still live in the Sioux. Batang de dame. It's myself and someone else live in the Sioux. Batang de dame. Batang de dame. Next slide. All right, this part is about the family. We'd Gamagon would be your spouse. We'd Gamagon, that N on their name, so it'd be my spouse. We'd Gamagon, Gani, me too. Gani, me also. De Dame, Batang. We live at the Sioux. We'd Gamagon, Gani, De Dame, Batang. We'd Gamagon, Gani, De Dame, Batang. My wife or my spouse, that would be either one, you and your significant other. You would see my my spouse and I, we live in the Sioux. And Batang Gayabe de Dame. Gayabe still. So Batang Gayabe de Dame. We still live in the Sioux. Batang Gayabe de Dame. The good way on is when my family Dawak Batang. We good way on goes when this family a group good way on so dog good way on is when Dawak Batang my family they all live in the Sioux. Dawak, that's they live. Da Godwayan Gizwin Dawak Batang. Keen Thumb Shirley. Big much.
We have learned how to say I am doing something. You, I, Neen, you, Keen are doing something. They, Winwa are doing something. Now we can talk about we or us. Kinwe, Winwa. My Kinwe. Okay. It's a new idea, English speakers, since there's two ways to speak about we or us in Anishinaabemowin. We can talk about us or we, but not including you. Go ninwe, winwa, inwa, nakia. So including everybody, kinwe, kinwe. You and me. Now how? Okay. Sometimes it's rude to leave someone out, but there's number of reasons. Like what Paul said, Bakting the Dame. Bakting the Dame. We live in Bakting. If you would have said Bakting Dadame. We are all living in Bhakti. So Dadame is Ninwe. Dadame as a family.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Next slide.
There
Mishmina, we including all of us. N at the beginning of the action turns to G. Bishko keen. You. Neen. Me. So bishko nabakademe. We are hungry. Nabakademe. Just like say there's Cecil, Susan, Colleen, Paul over here. Mbakademe. Me. And kapakademe. We're all hungry. Now it's including somebody else. Kapakademe. So, me means everybody. Kapakademe. Napakademe. More than one people. One and more person. Uh-huh. And Bishmina talking about we. Niktegeme. Again, say it's going to be Susan, Colleen, Niktegeme, excluding Paul and Cecil. Hiktegeme. So we're including Cecil and Paul on this one. Hiktegeme. So ki can be a G or a K. Hiktegeme. So it's the same. Niktegeme. Susan, me, and Colleen. Niktegeme. Excluding Paul and Cecil. Hiktegeme. That's including Cecil and Paul. Now, Ishmina again. Nigigokeme. Again, that's excluding Cecil and Paul. Nigigokeme. Higigokeme. Including Cecil and Paul. Nijame. Again, excluding. Gijame. Again, including. So, Nigigokeme, we are fishing, that's excluding, you. Gigigokeme, we're all fishing, all of us, kinamamwe. Nijame, just us are going. Hijame, again, mamwe, everybody. Nahal? Nahal. Hitam Cecil.
Now, Anin Minoa, we can talk about we or us in the past by adding the old familiar gi. Gi is our past tense marker, and we include that when we're speaking about things that have already happened. In gi bakada meh, we were hungry, but not you. The N at the beginning excludes you. Gagi bakadama. We were hungry. So that's all of us, including you. We were hungry. Ngi bakadama. Ngi gittagama. We planted. Not you. You weren't involved. Ngi gittagama. We planted. Gagi gittagama. We planted, including you. All of us. There are the double G's again. Gigi becomes key if you choose to speak it that way. They're both acceptable. Next slide. Nui ja me. We can talk about we or us in the past by adding we like we have before. We jamais. I believe that's a typo. That should be future. We will go, excluding you. We jamais. We will go, excluding you. We jamais. We will go, including you. For all of us. We will go, including you. We jamais. Nui bakadama. Nui bakadama. We will be hungry, but not you. Nui bakadama. We bakadama. We will be hungry, including you. Gui bakadama. So again, the difference is the N and the G. Next slide, please. Jishibuk and Jinakazama. We are called the Ducks. You're not included in the group. You're a fan. Shibuk and Jinakazama. We are called the Ducks. Jishibuk Gui Jinakazama. We will be called the Ducks. All of us, we tell someone our name. So again, that we is in the future. Jishibuk Gui Jinakazama. Jishibuk Gigi Jinakazama. Or ki, if you choose to say it that way. Jishibuk Ki Jinakazama. We are called the Ducks. All of us. We tell someone what our group was called. We were called the Ducks. Next slide. Miigwech Bazindamuk. Thank you all for listening. Bamapi. Nahal, miigwech, misawet.
Okay, so that concludes our 7th virtual Anishinaabemowin lesson. And with that, we will say Bama P, and we'll see you guys next time. Bama P.
Bamapi Kinawea.
Bamapi.
Okay.